Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Last time we encountered Sephiroth in the Shinra Mansion and picked up a new party member, Vincent. This time we're playing Follow the Leader with Sephiroth yet again and heading north or northwest or northeast, something like that, into the Nibel Mountains, which are right here actually. Not all that hard to find. Yep, they pretty much look the same as they did during the flashback. But we have, well, some new enemies. One of them we've already seen. And hopefully I can run into that one and kind of demonstrate it. This time, Sephiroth will not be taking it out quite so easily. We're going to have to do it ourselves. These are not the enemies we saw before. These guys are... oh, what are they called? Yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. They are weak to fire. And they use a lay flat attack. I'm not sure if that can paralyze you or not. But yeah, weak to fire. They fall down pretty easily. And let's just take this guy down with a few normal attacks. Yeah, not too much. Most of the enemies around here have somewhere between 800 and 1500 or closer to 1200 life. So usually you can take Beta or Aqualong and take everybody out. But here we get the Rune Blade, which, like the Force Stealer, is a double materia growth weapon. And it's slightly more powerful. So we're going to throw that on there. And what do I want to put on in place? Let's see here. No. Not a lot to really put on there, is there? No, I can take that off, that down there, and I can throw... oh no, I can't do that, can I? Oh well. Screw it. I'll play around with my materia later. For now, let's just throw Titan on there for whatever reason, I don't know. Anyway, I'll screw around with my materia later. Probably shouldn't do that on screen. I always end up running into issues. But, not a big deal, I guess. I'm only wasting, well, my time and your time and everybody's time. There's only so much of that time, eh? Anyway, if you run around the side here, you can get up here to kind of a... oh, I went the wrong way. Oopsies. Go this side. There we go. And here we have another new enemy. This one is Sonic Speed. They're weak to wind, but we have nothing that is wind. They're also immune to quake, so that's kind of useless. I could use Titan, but like I just said... I got a limit. Let's use Gauntlet. Its Harrier attack, which is, I believe, that one, does a considerable amount of damage, actually. You could use it to build up limits, but I still think it's better to make use of... that gravity-based attack outside. Wow, I kind of expected that to kill them. Oopsies! There's a little better damage there. And either Yuffie will, am I gonna get that cure off? Nice. Little bit of healing. Don't need too much. There we go. I think I'll be doing a little more killing with Cloud now that, he's the only one who hasn't learned his level 3 limit. Don't really need to worry about kills anymore and who gets them. Anyway, if you roll around here, it kind of loops back in a weird way. Alright, let's see, can I do it? There we go. Okay, hopefully be able to get up here. You have to kind of play around with moving up, down in ways that you wouldn't expect it to help you. So just kind of play around with it and hopefully you'll be able to get it. It's hard to really explain where exactly you need to press which directional to continue on. Okay, and that item I got up there, the Plus Barrette, is actually a weapon for Red 13. Although it really isn't all that beneficial considering the Seraph Clone is just so much more powerful. It is double growth like Cloud's Rune Blade there, and you could use it if you really felt like it, but I like having a couple characters, Red and Cloud, who can both deal some pretty good damage with physical attacks at this point. We don't do too much with their physical attacks at this point, but that will change in the, well, not the near future, but in the relatively near future. Okay, before you do anything, you want to unlock that ladder. If you go over to the left here, that's the reactor, but there's nothing we can do there, oddly enough, considering how much we could do there before. Now, let's see here. These pipes, as I was saying, these pipes up here, they all lead somewhere. And if you don't knock down that ladder, you'll have to take the long way around it if you're going to get anywhere. I'm going to start with the far left one. And that was the wrong one. I wanted to do the one before, which would have dropped me over here. Unfortunately, I don't have these memorized, which I probably should have double-checked beforehand. Well, after this, I'll be doing the backtracking off-screen just because it's a waste of time. Here's another new enemy. These guys are Twin Brain, and they use a stare-down ability, which is really annoying. These guys don't have any real weakness, but this inflicts either stop or paralysis or something like that. They're not too strong, though. Just really annoying. Yeah, these guys you have even less than I think anyone else in this area. And they're all gone. No big deal. Alright, no more walking up there. I end up getting interrupted every time I try and climb these stairs. Okay. Let's try... Game, really? You had to? Anyway, this is the enemy I wanted to show off. This is the Gold Dragon, and I don't have my steel materia on. That's brilliant. Okay. Oops. Let's use White Wind, because that hurts. Don't hit him again, please. Thank you. Yeah, he does some pretty good damage with that. Howling Moon, his level 3 limit. It's actually really useless. So... use some bio there, and I wonder if I can use laser on him. I can't remember. Basically, his limit, it puts him in Berserk. That's not all that great. I know, yeah, it's probably not this one. There is another dragon later in the game who is susceptible to laser, so... couldn't remember if it was this one or the other one. Anyway, that's basically all his level 3 limit does. It's not particularly useful, but more importantly, you can steal gold armlets from those dragons there. So I'm going to put my materia on. Let's throw it. I don't need Titan. Not doing me any good right now. So let's throw steel on there, and I'll make sure to steal some gold armlets, which are better than the silver armlets, whenever I happen to run into them. I'm not going to purposely farm them. I just like to get 3, if possible. There's enough area around here that you can probably do that. And I'm going to double check to make sure which ones go which one, to which location, so that I'm not wasting more time, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I got it figured out. It is number 4 here, the second one from the left there. That leads you to this treasure over here, containing an all materia. And then you just jump down here, and I'll be right back. Okay, and the other one I wanted to check out was number 2 here. And this leads me to an interesting weapon, the Power Soul. It's actually a weapon for Tifa. Let's see if I can find it, or if it's going to be lost. Nope. Powers up when near death. It's actually kind of interesting because the death sentence status, if it's inflicted on Tifa while she's using this weapon, I think it increases her damage by double. So you could technically use this weapon and use death sentence on her at the start of a random battle, and she could deal more damage physically. But in the same breath, you might as well just use beta and take everybody out right then and there. And it's still, there's probably a couple spots it could be useful. I'll think about maybe I'll use it. Maybe not. Anyway, as you can see, let's get down, thank you. There is a very large scorpion here, so I'm going to go use a tent and prepare for him, and I'll be right back. Okay, all ready to go. Let's take this guy on. Oddly enough, this guy's name is the Materia Keeper, and he's actually pretty strong as a boss. He's weak. Oh, perfect. Right off the bat. I love it. Trine, a new enemy skill. It's basically like Beta and Aqualong there, except it's lightning elemental, so that's really useful to have. Let's see. Cloud's got a limit. Let's use Clim Hazard on it. And use White Wind to kind of heal up a little bit. Basically, I'm not sure if I mentioned when I did this, but your barrier drains depending on the battle speed. So I've slowed down the battle speed once I got Big Guard there. Can't remember if I mentioned that or not. He's immune to gravity, and I can't remember what else. Anyway, you could use oh, he's also immune to fire. So you'll want to use Aqualong, not Beta. And he's humping the hell out of Red 13. Creepy! Very creepy. You can inflict poison on him, that's why I'm using Bio. And he can smack you around. Oh, barriers run out. I'll leave it off for a little while. He uses up a lot of MP. There we go. And he has this Hell combo attack, which actually does a substantial amount of damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Alright, let's use regular Cure. Can almost do as much damage as that with normal attacks. And yes, this boss does heal itself. But only got about 8,500 HP, which I guess is more than we've seen from, I think, anyone else, actually. But it's not too much, anyway. Anyway, I think I'm going to want to heal after that Trine hit. Trine does quite a bit of damage there. Trine is very similar to Beta and Aqualong, except it is slightly weaker, and it costs a little bit less as well. Beta, 35, Aqualong 34, Trine only 20. So it's proportionally weaker. I'd say it's still quite useful to use, though. Anyway, let's use the Gauntlet Limit Break there. Let's see what we can do with Ice, too. Maybe it'll do a little more than Aqualong will. Nice. That's some good damage. You could also use... Can't remember if it's weak to... or susceptible to Earth. I think it is, but oh well. Cloud's better off using his normal attacks at this point, I think. And Red could probably do that, too. This boss is not particularly challenging, it's just... Oh. It's dead, actually. It's not particularly challenging if you're well prepared and you don't start casting Beta, you know, halfway through the battle and realize that you're healing them. Some good experience, and a gem ring, which I believe prevents against paralysis. More importantly than that, it drops the almighty, not the counter materia, it drops the counter attack materia. Another translation error, I'm sure. This one is just a regular counterattack. There are also counter magic and just plain counter, which will, the counter magic, obviously, you pair it with a magic spell, it'll counter with that spell. The counter one is also a blue one, which is like a paired materia or a, oh, I can't remember what they're called. They all have different names, like magic, summon, command, independent. I don't know, these ones, the blue ones, are all things that work when paired. And so the command one, or the command one, the counter that is blue, which we'll get way later, you pair it with a command, such as Steel, or Death Blow, or something like that. And there are some better ones that we could pair it with later on, but we don't have those materia yet. Let's see, I wanted to throw on Counterattack, which means I don't need Titan anymore. Definitely going to want to work on Counterattack. It's quite useful to use, especially for, well, all of the rest of this disc and most of the rest of the second disc. This is a 3-disc game, by the way, if you didn't know. I don't think I've mentioned it. But anyway, now that we have access here, we can head out here. And if you head to the right there, that'll take you straight out of the area. But there's more stuff to do. So let's head down here and into the cave. And there's pretty much nothing in that cave. I don't know why it's there. Maybe it's a distraction. Gotta love the color scheme in this area. It's pretty cool. Circle down around here. Oop. No, I haven't gone over far enough. Go over to the left far enough, and you'll pop out here, and you'll collect an elixir. Nice. And let's see if we can get out of here. There we go. Gotta love the light effects in here. And here we are. We've arrived back at the materia well from earlier, which contains an elemental materia now. Very nice. I don't really... Well, do I need to work on that? Do I have room for it? Not particularly. Let's switch it. Work on the weaker one for now. As long as you can get them to nullify, they'll do pretty much all you'll need them to do throughout the game. Of course, you know, by disc 2, we'll be able to get something that makes these almost obsolete, but, oh well. They're useful for the early parts of the game when, in the few times that it actually matters. Having elemental protection, that is. Wow, those dragons are pretty strong. Okay, there we go. And here we get a Sniper CR, which is a new weapon for Vincent. He's actually the character who can use, what is it? I don't think there's anything up to the right there. This way leads back to the reactor, though. He's the only one, he's the character who can use that Peacemaker that we found all the way back in Calm. Oh, here's a new enemy, Zoo. Yeah, I found it kind of odd that, he's weak to wind, but I don't have any wind-based attacks. So I'm just going to beat him up with normal attacks. I think he's also immune to gravity and earth. But yeah, it seems kind of weird that they give you access to the Peacemaker in Calm long before you can possibly get Vincent in your party. I have no idea why that is, it just seems kind of weird. Nothing really to worry about with those zoos, just take them out. They fall down. They die. That's about it. Okay, and since we don't need to go in there, basically just head out here. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all for this episode. In between now and the next part, I'm going to steal a couple of gold armlets, since I only managed to find one so far. And I might as well show that off. Yeah, 46 defense versus the silver ones, which has 34. It's a big improvement. You can skip it and just buy them in the next town, but I'm here and they're easy enough to come by, so I might as well just steal a couple more, just for my active characters. That's all I really need right now. If I need more, I can buy them there, but there's some other equipment that you can get shortly after there that I'll want to pick up as well. So anyway, yeah, that's all for this one, and next time we will reach the other side of the Nibel Mountains. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.